Good evening, students. Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Excel video lesson number 26. In previous lessons, that is Excel video lesson number 25, we studied two concepts, scenario manager and then goal seek. In this lesson, we are going to study about first data table. So first, we have to learn definition for data table. Then we go for the example worksheet. Data table. So data table is a range of cells in which you can change input values to see different results. So data table is a range of cells in which you can change the input values to see the different results. How? We will see fixed deposit. Whenever you enter a one bank, there will be a one display board. In that board, number of the years, interest rate will be there. So if you deposit 1000 rupees for 5 years, you will get 7% interest. So you will get interest that much of amount. Similarly, if you deposit 1000 rupees for 8 years, interest rate will be 9%. You will get interest of that much after expiry of 8 years. That display board will be there for different types of interest rate as well as different number of the term. We know very well formula for simple interest. Formula of simple interest is PNR. PNR divided by 100. You know very well. Where P refers to principal amount. That is 1000 rupees you are going to deposit or whatever amount you want to deposit. Principal. Then N refers for number of the year or term. That is number of years. R stands for rate of interest. Interest. Okay. So if you are going, principal amount is 1000 rupees. Term, that is number of the years, 5 years. Rate of interest is 100. We have to multiply 1000 by 5 by 10 divided by 100. That much of amount you will get as a interest rate after number of the terms. Now we will see one worksheet. We can explain the how we'll get different number of the years for different interest rate. So I'd like to open a new workbook here. There's a sample 2. I'm opening sample 2 workbook. Here I want to make it a little bit bigger. Deposit. Principal. And number of the years. Interest rate. Here assume I am going to deposit 1000 rupees for 5 years, 11% interest. This is here. This is kept as a separate place. In A1, I type interest rate. In A2, different rate, 8%, 10%, as well as 12%. Here, I like to type one formula which calculates the simple interest for this principal amount, number of the time, as well as interest. Already we know very well PNR divided by 100. So P means here H2, N means H3, R means H4 divided by 100. We got 550 rupees. Now our aim is interest rate should be different. We are having 8%, 10%, 12%. We found only for 11% interest. What interest we will get? 5 years. If we deposit 1000 rupees for 5 years, if we are giving 8% interest. Similarly, 10% interest as well as 12% interest. What interest we will get after 5 years if deposit 1000 rupees if you are giving 8% interest, 10% interest as well as 12% interest. One way is simply click it here and you can change it here. You will get 400 rupees after 5 years. Similarly, if you 10% interest are providing 500 rupees, 12%. This is one method. But in this, I want to one tabular column which displays all the interest for different interest rate, 8%, 10%, 12% here. How? That is what we are going for data table. Now select here, go to data menu, what if analysis, here data table. In data table, there are two types. One is one variable data table, two variable data table. Here we are having three variables. One is P, another one is N, third one is R, three variables. But we can use either one variable as well as two variable. First we will see one variable data table, then we will see two variable data type. Now the values are placed, input values are placed in column wise. Here we are having row input cell, column input cell. In this case, values are placed in column wise. Interest rate as well as you want to find the interest. Now, no need to worry about row input cell, click it here. Here column input cell. Here we are having three variables. One is P, another one is N, another one is R. We are giving values, different values for R only, that is rate of interest. So we have to select here H4. Now type H4. That means here we are having one formula H2, H3, H4 divided by 100. Out of these three variables are there H2, H3, H4. Here we are having different values. These values should be applicable for H4 only. So that is why we are giving H4. Simply click OK. We will get 400, 500, 600. This is for H4. This is for this H4 will be replaced by 8. Here this H4 will be replaced by 10. H4 will be replaced by 4. That is 12. This is a concept available in this one. Okay, sir. What will happen if the number of the years is changed? Just same thing. You can go for year. Number of the years. That is time. Here I type 4, 6, 8 different years, number of the years. Similarly, you have to type the one formula here to find out simple interest for the H2, H3, H4. H2 star H3 star H4 divided by 100. That's all. Now we got to select here this one. This we are having E1, we are having one formula. In that formula, we are having three variables H2, H3, H4. Here D2 to D4, we are having different values. That value should be replaced H3. Okay, now go here and then data table. Now also values are placed in column wise. Click it here. Instead of H4, now we have to select H3. In this case, formula for H3 will be replaced by D2 here. Here formula for H3 will be replaced by 6. Here that is replaced by 8. See it here. In future, that's good, sir. In future, if you want to change interest rate 9% instead of 8, simply type it here, it will change 11% as well as 13%. That's good. If you want to change the number of the years, simply type it here. This is called as one variable. Here also we are using only one variable. Here also we are using only one variable. One variable column oriented. One variable column oriented. We are using only column wise. What will happen if one variable row oriented? We will see it now. In this case, values are placed in column wise. Input values as well as output values. Assume here I need interest rate. Instead of typing 8, 10, 12 here, I type this wise 8, 10, 12 like this. Now we have to place the formula here. We have to place the formula here. Since we are going to work with one variable row oriented, one variable data table with row oriented. Same formula equal to H2 multiplied by H3 multiplied by H4 divided by 100. Here we are having one formula. We have to select from A1 to D2. This formula should be replaced by, that means H4 will be replaced by B1 here, C1 here, D1 here. Now we have to go here, data table. Now place the cursor here. No need to worry about column input cell. Since values are placed in row wise, we have to go to the row input cell. H4, you have to click it here or manually you can type it here. Simply click, see. Similarly, what will happen? Number of the times, number of the years. That is, we are going to change R, time. 4, 6 as well as 6 as well as 8. Here we have to have one formula, same formula, equal to H2 multiplied by H3 multiplied by H4 divided by 100. Okay, now we have to select H4 to H5, same thing. Instead of selecting H4, now we have to select H3. Data table, here row input. So since values are placed in row wise, H3. Simply click OK here. What will happen, sir, if principal amount is changed? This is for only 1000 rupees. Now place the cursor here, 2000. This will be changed. Everything will be changed. 3000 rupees. Okay, this is a concept called as one variable data table row oriented as well as one variable column oriented. One variable data table with column oriented. What about two variables? Here we are using interest rates in one row, number of the years in one row separately. Here also we are using separately, but we need both. Row wise number of the years should be available, column wise interest rate should be there. Then now we will see it. Here I have to type number of the years, that is 4, 6, 8. Here we have to type row wise. I am typing number of the years, that is n value. PNR, out of PNR, I am typing only n in row wise. Column wise, I am typing interest rate, that is R. Where we are going to type the formula, sir? Here you got to type the formula. Because we are going to change here two variables. This is one variable, this is one variable. Here you have to type one. In A1, we have to type formula. Same formula, H2 multiplied by H3 multiplied by H4 divided by 100. See it here. Now we are applying one formula. We can keep it as 1,000 rupees. Okay, so 550 will be the interest you will get after 5 years if you deposit 1,000 rupees for 11% interest. This is 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, 8%, 10%, 12%. We have to select A1 to D4, A1 to D4. Now go here, same thing, data table. Now row wise we are having variable, column wise also we are having one variable. Row wise we are having what variable we are having? TAM, that is number of the years. Number of years available in H3, we have to select here. Place the cursor here. Column wise we are having interest rate. Now place the cursor. Now we are using both variable. Otherwise you can type it directly. Simply click it here. Whatever formula you are applied here will be carried over here. Here 1,000 rupees multiplied by 4 multiplied by 8 divided by 100. Same thing here. 1,000 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 8 divided by 100. What about this one? 1,000 multiplied by 8 years multiplied by 12% divided by 100. Okay, this is called as two variable data table. What will happen, sir? If you change the number of the year, it will change automatically. We will check it up. 1,000 rupees, 5 years, 11%. Here I am giving 11%. We will check it up. We are getting 550 only, 500. That's good. 13, similarly 15 rupees. What will happen, sir? If you deposit 2,000 rupees, we have to type here. Everything will be changed as usual. Okay. Now we are having only 1,000 rupees. This is called as a data table. In data table, we are having two concepts. One variable data table, two variable data table. In one variable data table, again two concepts. One variable data table, column oriented. One variable data type, row oriented. This is two variable data type. Okay. So today we will see one more concept that is called as named cell or named cell range. Named cell as well as named cell range. Now this cell will be called as A1. Already we know very well. This is A1. This is G9. This is D5. But our aim is I want to give one name, new name for this particular cell in addition to the D5. How that we will see. First we will see one example to produce one sales invoice bill. Then we will go for the named cell as well as named cell range. Here I type tax. Here assume some percentage, 10%. Here some item is there, quantity is there. Here price is there. Here tax amount, and then here amount. For example, assume we are running one computer sales shop. We are selling monitor as well as processor as well as keyboard. One person buying these items from our shop. One quantity, two quantity, three quantity. Price of the monitor is 5,000. This is 6,000. This is 500. Tax for this one. Solved very well. Quantity multiplied by price multiplied by tax divided by 100 equal to B3 multiplied by C3 multiplied by B1, that should be divided by 100. So 500 rupees he has to pay. So we can directly drag it here. The problem is here see B3 is B1 is the tax is available in, we'll make it a little bit bigger. B1 is there. Whenever it comes as this, it can changes as a B2 because each here also tax will be B1. Then we should go for absolute cell reference dollar as well as dollar. Whenever we drag the formula, this B3 should be changed as B4, C3 should be changed as C4, but this B1 that should not change. Now we will see. That's good. Now amount for monitor, that is quantity multiplied by price plus tax amount equal to B3 multiplied by C3 plus D3. Here I need total. Already we know very well sum of E3 colon E5. That's good. This is what we studied in the very first lesson itself. Multiplication as well as addition. That's all. We are preparing one salary bill. Sorry, sales invoice. If the change is 5%, everything will be changed. If it is 18%, that will be changed. Now our aim is we have to know named cell as well as named cell range. That's the concept. I will select same thing here up to this. Now this cell, for assume this cell is B1. Cell name is B1. Now I like to give different name for this B1. For example, tax rate. For example, tax rate. Click the cursor here, delete the B1 and type whatever name you want to give. I am giving here tax rate. Now onwards, this 5 is available in B1, or we can call it as number 5 is available in tax rate. So tax rate is a named cell for B1. Tax rate is a named cell for B1. Okay. Here I like to type find out tax. Open bracket. Similarly, B3 multiplied by C3 multiplied by, instead of B1, now we can type tax rate. That's all. Since the tax rate is a named cell for B1, wherever you want to type B1, that B1 can be replaced by tax rate. Equal type forget. Each and every formula should start with equal. See here, you can try, divide by 100. So just try. Okay, here we can have 10%. So one more thing, if you give one name for only one cell, that is called as named cell. If you give one name for set of cells, that is range of cells, that is called as named range cell. For example, this is named cell. We are giving only name for only one cell. I like to give B3 to B5 one name. From B3 to B5. Type it here. Whatever name you want to give. Quantity. I am giving quantity. Now onwards, B3 to B5 is called as quantity. Similar here also, C3 to C5. I want to call it as a price. Then what is the use of this one? Here, you can delete it. Previously, we were using formulas with B3, C3. I just removed everything and then I want to type one more formula here. Equal to open bracket quantity multiply by quantity means B3 to B5. Then price. Price means C3 to C5. Price multiplied by tax rate means B1. Tax rate. divide by 100. That's all. Here we are not using any cell name, either absolute cell reference as well as relative cell. We are giving only named cell. Tax rate is a named cell. Quantity and price is a named cell range. This will be same. Just to drag it here. Okay. So now I like to find out amount. We know very well, equal to open bracket quantity multiplied by price plus tax rate. We are not using any formula with cell name. We are using only named cell or named cell range. See it here. You can drag it. Sorry, this is not a tax rate. That should be tax. Here, these three columns, that is D3 to D5. I like to type tax. Now, instead of tax rate, it should be tax. Tax rate refers to V1. Tax refers to D3. Now we can drag it here. I like to inform you, this named cell is used as a absolute cell reference. Absolute cell reference. Here we are using only tax rate. Okay, instead of $B, $1, we are using tax rate. So whenever you drag it, instead of absolute cell reference, we can use it as a named cell. So that's okay. Similarly, these three values, that is E3 to E4, we can give one name, that is amount. Here I like to find total amount. That means sum of, instead of giving E3 to E5, we can give only amount. Only amount. That's all. In this case, we are not using any cell name as well as absolute cell reference, relative cell reference. We are using only named cell or named cell range. We will see the formulas here. See it here. All formulas are using only named cell range. Okay, that is the use of named cell. Today I stopped here itself. In this lesson, we studied data table. Data table, two concepts are there. One variable data table, two variable data table. In one variable data table, column oriented, one variable data table, row oriented, and then two variable data table. Then we studied how to prepare one sales invoice with the help of formula by cell name. That is what. Same thing we prepared here with the help of named cell as well as named cell range. Named cell is nothing but we are giving a new name for the particular cell, only one cell. Named cell range, we are giving one new name for the collections of cells or set of cells. After giving the name, we can access the values with the help of named cell as well as named cell range. That is what we studied today. I hope all of you enjoyed this lesson. In next lesson, we will study a little bit more. Until then, thank you students. Bye-bye.